G'day, this is Guardian for Guardian Oz Gaming. What is defense and how does it work and what is it really? Is it we can just stop a mob like these Dragar from reaching me just with good design? And you can see that he's got all the different bridges there and his favourite one is to attack the gate. So if I can actually make a defense with no gate, like here, he wants to run over and attack me. As soon as I'm on the defense, he can't get me. So all of these bridges around here from a design point of view are actually mob safe, but we're able to cross them. The AI just doesn't know how to do it. And they will attack different features. So all of these bridges, the AI isn't drawn to us at all. We can cross over on, and you know we're quite safe. The only one that AI wants to run on is that one. So all of these are all valid, except defense against mobs. So all different mobs, and then eventually he's gonna, decide to walk on the bridge and fall off, and then eventually come and get us. And because he doesn't like this bridge, we can just walk back in, and he's obviously going to now pathfind to somewhere else to get to us. And they travel in a straight line, so they're not smart enough to double back and head up a set of stairs. So this is, whenever you're dealing with the different mobs, you can trigger them quite easily. The AI pathfinding can be quite limited. So even a set of stairs is actually a valid defense against different enemies. Like this guy is a level 3. I don't want to be hit by him at all. But all of our bridges are all valid for us. We can kite him, play with him, and cause all sorts of upset. So he's obviously going to come all the way around to get us, get back in our octagon, and he can't get us. So he's now going to have to go all the way around back to the stairs, and obviously that's not working because it's got a turn in it that he doesn't know how to do. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there with this guy. I've got some other stuff to show you, and I've lost the light, all that sort of stuff. I'll talk to you guys soon. G'day, welcome back. Made a little bit of progress. Made a dock. The reason I put the boat out that far is mobs won't swim out to it if it's far out. It also doesn't have any rocks on the bottom, so between here and there there's lots of rocks. But the feature I've got here is I've just made a cattle grid. It's actually core log sleepers, spaced 1 metre apart. So to get your spacing, it is the narrow beam, and that's basically your spacing. Now what that does is the mobs can't pathfind to you when you have it running. So if we have a look here, now I've just built the stairs up the hill, haven't done anything exciting to it, just put them on the hill like this. Now what you probably haven't worked out is this is defense. Now how you can test to see if you've got something that is valid defense is run at it. If you run at it and skim along like I'm doing here, skimming along, there's no gaps for the AI to get up there. Actually, there possibly is one here, it's very close. No, we can't get up there, so the AI can't either. So this actually works as a defensive barrier against the AI. So basically we've made a fence by using stairs. I hope that makes sense to everybody, and all obviously because we need to get up and down it with carts, we need to put gates on it and some access for us to get up there. Yeah, I've just been playing around with the path tool and I really don't like it, especially not for this sort of build. It does actually deform the ground a lot. G'day, welcome back. I've decided to delete the Drango village that was here because I've spotted that where the buildings are, there is natural slopes that are generated by the terrain change of the building. So that means this is actually a really good starting point to get a good defense in. Now, the test for is it a good defense is to run on it, and if you move up, or you can run up, then it's not steep enough. So if you ever dig in a moat and you want to know how steep the banks have to be steeper than this. But you don't have to keep on digging to fiddle around and get it good. All you need to do is we can put in a block or stone or similar, and all I'm trying to do is get it, level with the ground so it's nice for us, and just put it around the edge. Now we need to be able to jump to get up here. The mobs just need to run, but the beauty of doing something like this is there's no way for us to get up there, and because we're running and slipping, we can't attack that at the same time. So mobs can't attack that as well. So that rim up there is a really simple way to make a simple amount of dirt mob safe. So nothing can get up to the top of this. Obviously they're going to flank around the sides, but that's simple. So that's a simple defense, 100% reliable. You know, a troll might be able to reach up there and start smashing the stone, but if you do it with single piece stone like this, the probability that you're going to have a massive chunk of wall missing in one go is really low. If you use the really large stone pieces, you can see that if the troll comes in and he hits that, there's a hole that makes it an exploitable gap that they can use. And it probably won't be the troll that can fit through, but it'll be something else, some small mob that can get in there. So that's defense simple mode, and then I'm going to go through and show you some other techniques that we can use for other defenses. So what I'm looking to do is a no terraforming defensive structure layout. So we've already done the stairs, so let's move on, see what else we can do. Thanks, see you soon. Here is a troll proof enclosure. Basically put it on a pedestal. A troll will not step down off a 1 meter wall. So that's basically the 2x1 wall in a circle. I've used a timber beam just to give myself a shape to work to, and he's pretty much nullified up there. And what he'll eventually do is he'll start doing ground slams like he's done, beautiful on timing, and try and destroy his way out of the enclosure that he's stuck on. So that is a troll-proof enclosure. You know, he's going to get all feral and all that sort of stuff, but he can't get out. So you don't need to dig a trench to stop a troll, but if you can create a step down to your base, you can stop a troll. So this is just a reinforcing of this berm in that monsters will not step off it, and monsters cannot climb up it. So, you know, like us, we get stuck, we have to jump. All the entities in the game don't have a jump mechanic, and they can't step down off stuff. So we can break the AI there. Eventually, just because the space is so small, he can trick himself off that platform. But you know, you can see he's stuck there. It's actually a safe option for a defense is to have a step. So I'll get on with some other stuff and see how we go. We've spawned a grey dwarf elite on the top of the berm, just so we can see if he will come after us. So as soon as I get myself off the ground, you can see that he's very angry about it. Get myself on the ground. He's very angry about it, but he won't come down. However, on this one, it's a completely different story. He will just step straight down and come after us. So, from a step down point of view, that one's there's more efficient for us. So we need to make it a little bit higher, and I'll test that. So we'll see how we go. Against wolves, the one step down is good as well. However, if we played with it, we can see we just kited him and he can come off the platform that way. G'day, I've been experimenting with the Grey Dwarf Brutes. They behave very differently on the elevated stone. This guy actually just walked off the edge, so I'm going to just knock him out. And we'll have a look at this guy. Now, if you kite them and draw the aggro, they will step off. Let's see if I can get his aggro. Okay, now he will probably step off in a sec. So it's all based on opportunity. but he'll probably stay up there until we go and give him a step. So if we give him a 2 meter gap, he won't come off that, obviously. Oh, there he goes. So the grey dwarf roots will step off a defence, but from a height point of view, there's no way he can get back up here for us. I'll actually make it easy so if he wants to, he can climb a step to get to us, but they can't climb up a step, and they can reach in all the way. So yeah, so they can step down, but they can't step up. And we watched, if we give them a bigger step, like up here, like we've done on some of the other mobs, they won't step down as well. G'day, I thought I'd just show you some bridge options that are available to us. So you obviously got your flat timber flooring makes an optional bridge. You've also got the narrow flooring, which makes a bridge that's useful to us. A single core log, which can make a useful bridge. I've just used the straight flooring piece, the straight what do you call it, structural beams, using the 26-degree structural beams. Now the 45-degree beam here, you do have to shift and run up, but it can be useful for keeping mobs out. But however, you get turbocharged off the top, so if you've got stairs like I have on that side, you can cause a lot of injury to yourself. Now on that note, using roof, like this is a 45-degree roof. If you use the 26-degree one, the shallower one, it won't work. But again, this is a run-up bridge, so if we're running, we can actually get over that, no problem at all, and it is actually mob safe. However, it is high enough for them to attack, so they will attack that. So they'll attack this one, and they can attack the 26 depending on the reach of the mob involved. And this is my favourite one. It's core logs, just in a ladder pattern. Use the half structural piece, and then line your logs up with that, and it works really well. Two, if you make it the extra wide, it's cart safe as well. You do have to go slow with your cart, but it won't fall through, and that is 100% mob safe. So the reason I put a door here is I'm going to spawn. I'll just demonstrate some of the berm options we've got. We've got core wood. Now what I'm doing is running up, hitting each one, and you can see that I'm sliding down. So if the ground makes you slide down automatically, then it's a really good spot to put a berm on it, because the mobs can't actually attack if they're sliding. So that stone, I've just used the half wall here. It's quite a nice looking berm. So here we've got a point where we may get attacked because of the slope, and here we can just use the normal the fences. Again, we're in a spot where the slope makes us slide back down, and then of course you've got your palisade fence as well that you can use on the top of the thing. As long as it's in a spot where you slide down, you shouldn't have any problem at all about the mobs attacking it. So you can see there I've got a little spot they might reach. So what I'm going to do is I'll do a spawn. I don't know what to spawn in, but using our bridge designs over there, I've just made my favourite little cattle grid, and I've just spotted I don't have a landing spot for us on this end. Just get that knocked in, so we can just run along, no problem at all. So if we're under attack, we can run through that. And the reason to leave it open like this without a gate is exactly that. We can run through. The mobs won't chase us back in. The only thing you may want to do is, so you don't get stabbed in the back from, stray arrows, if you're not paying attention to the doorway, is make a zigzag in it. So that's why I've put it off center and off sideways, is that, we can stop the arrow flying straight into us by just making another fences behind us. So depending on what I got set up, there we go, I'll spawn a skeleton, get him to aggro us. Alright, so he's on us. Now I'm going to use our little defense getaway and drop down in here, and our skeleton's going up and around that other wall to get to us, because that's the way to do that. So I'll draw him down to the bottom. Trotty trotty trot. And then I'll see if I can find a spot for me to get up. I think I can get up here. Oh, very iffy. So he's going to run all the way around, up past those stoneworks, and to try and get us, because the AI hasn't worked out that there's a path at all for him to follow. So all of this workings makes it impossible for the AI to chase you. So here's a narrow spot. He's going to go all the way around the other end of it, get around the fence to get to us. And depending on how your base is arranged, step off and get into your octagon of death, where you can rain your arrows onto them as they're coming in. Yeah, I hope you like that. Just a quick idea. You can see that the AI just has no idea because of how we've stopped their access. So it will work on any ground mob, because the AI knows it can't do anything there. You can see he's just going up to it, but he can't. The AI doesn't work out what's going on. Trolls are a different story altogether, and obviously anything that flies, drakes, mosquitoes, or death mosquitoes, any of those sort of mobs, obviously need a bit of changes. So yeah, so I'm going to leave it here, and I'll get a troll in. G'day, I've got a troll spawned in. I did put him on the platform with the bridges, and he just stepped straight off because there was access to other bridges and things that he could work on. So I'm just going to try and kite him up the stonework, and let's see if I can keep him up against that berm edge. Nah, he's just wandering away because he can't get access to us. Now let's see if he can get up that slope. No. Should be able to. As soon as we're out of attack range, he'll move away. So yeah, now you can get past that spot that we where he smashed the hole, which is what I want to demonstrate to you guys, that if we've broken the AI pathing in total and we can keep them away from our destructible items, we've got a pretty good defense. So here he's going to go up that slopey bit where those fences were destroyed, but he's decided, like the rest of it, he can't get up. I'm going to jump through the palisade fence and see what he does now. So he's going, no, can't get through that hole, got to go around the top, got to go a long way around. So it's sometimes about where you're standing in relation to your enemies. The trolls with a log can reach about 5 meters, so you've got to be aware of that. But you can see the berm is, for minimal work, 100% troll resistant. They're not going to attack it, they're just going to go around. And the other fence got destroyed because we were standing there. If I stay standing here, he's going to destroy the palisade fences as well. As you can see, since I've cut in the video, I've done a lot more work. So what I'm going to do is I'll just give you a demo of the defences and what I've done and the reasoning behind it. So if our fortress is completely impenetrable and there's no access and no pathways, AI creatures will get bored and walk off. This isn't about being impenetrable, it's about defendable. So what we want to do is harass and delay. So if we're using a bow, that's our harass, and then what we want to do is create some designs that allow us to delay. So I'm going to see if I can spawn in a wolf and get him eating me. I'm in God mode, so I've got health. Let's wait for him to get aggro. Alright, so he wants to chase us. Now, by using some of our fences and designs that we've talked about previously, I can make this little passageway where he has to go all the way around the wall. So you can see he's running all the way around the wall. It gives us a head start on any mob, so we can just jump over here and get out of the way. So what I've done is I've used my roof here as a speed up, and I've created this little spiral. So he has to go all the way around the spiral. Sorry, I'll try and track him. He comes all the way around, and he decides that he doesn't want to do it because I've got a narrow point here, a very, very narrow point, and they don't want to get through it. But it gives us that harass and delay option, so you can see he's delayed. He can come up these stairs just like we can, so I'll just jump off that. But normally, they have to decide to go all the other way. So again, we've got little walls we can use, and I've done a little archery post for myself, just 2 holes on it, and the wolf can't get us when we're up in here. So this is all about us slowing down the attack on our banner tower of goodness, and our, all our treasurable items are up in there. And then I've done a gatehouse sort of thing. This one's like really got all the tricks and everything in it, so to make it as reliable and defendable, so we can actually kite the guys and say, hey, come and get me, and no, they can't. And inside, just a few defenses. I've got a archery system on the top of the door. Now we can shoot down towards the wolf, which is really cool. But I find this particular design annoying, but it's safe for us to get behind the corbels if we're getting shot at by archers. And what I've done is I've used 2 timbers on the ground. That makes a little lip that we can't get up. So, and then the other thing too is you can still use your wall as a attack point and archery point. So now the wolf has gotten bored of us. The AI is broken. The fortress is impenetrable, and the wolf has actually run off because he can't get to us at all, I think. Let's see if we can find him again. He could have run all the way around the defense. Yeah, so he's run all the way around to try and get to us. So he's actually gone all the way around the castle to get to this zone here. I've done this as a double wall because we don't have any slopes or ground features to make it useful to us. So this inner wall will be, this is your archery zone. So you get on here, and this is how you fight. And then the creatures will be trying to attack you from out here. And you can see he's not even attacking the walls or anything until we egg him up. So if they can't get to you, you're safe. So this is our back safety zone for our tower. We don't have too much defense on this side because that's where our tower is. And this will stop all of the small mobs because it's got 2 walls on it. And they're unlikely to attack you. So he is attacking, but he's very slow at it. And now we can see here our wall has gone grey, but it's really hard to tell the difference in greys from the different attacks. Whereas if we've got that timber facing on it, like I've got here, this can be an early warning sign that our defences have taken damage. I'll just show you a location where that's happened. So you can see here, this green shows us that this part of the wall has taken damage from previous attacks, and it gives us an early warning that's easy to detect if we need to do any repairs on our defences. Now I've moved all the way down here. Now the question is, where's that wolf going? I've lost him. Anyway, I thought that'd give you an idea of how you can do stuff. So these are sort of hard points to attack from. And from a defense point of view, if you're obviously standing here and you've got a log troll, he's going to try and sweep over and attack you. There we go, a wolf's back at our start spot. You can see here on this berm, he's not trying to come up to us, not trying to attack us. Here he goes, he's coming all the way around now to get us. So having all these features, I can step off the wall. He has to go around, step into our maze of chaos. He's going to have to come around. Is he going to do it? You see that if you got lots of design, you can easily handle all the different mobs. So on here, I'd have I wouldn't have fields planted in here, obviously, but we've got good space for planting here, all of this area here. The forecourt can actually be used for planting as well, but I wouldn't plant, like your barley or your high level crops, which you can't do in meadows, sorry. in the plains area, you know, that can be up closer to the main keep, which is designed to handle, you know, lots and lots of mobs and delay them as much as possible. I hope it all makes sense. Yeah, so I'll just go quickly show those bridges again. So these are all valid player bridges, all different ideas. Each has their own good points and bad points. Some of them are more easily crossable than others. I'll let the wolf up. We're doing angled stairs. Means that they have trouble coming up here as well. So you can see the wolf didn't straight line to us. It's still having trouble. It hasn't worked out that yeah, it can walk up the stairs. So now the wolf's coming after us. So yeah, some simple designs give you opportunity to escape, opportunity to you know, kill them. You know, this whole time I could be popping arrows into him, just stirring him around back and forth. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks, bye.